Hello, it's very odd. I was having some camera issues, Aries, and I set the deck down because I was about to start the video, and it was face up, and I do shuffle in between readings, so it's been shuffled, and technically the bottom of the deck is the Fool. So I feel like you're about to go on a huge journey in some regard. If you have travel coming up, I could be referring to that, but I feel like it's I want to say spiritual journey. I feel like that would make a lot of sense for you right now, Aries, because the past year it's been all about like sort of being secure, learning to budget, and being very invested or involved in the 3D world. And I feel like the last couple readings, it started to slip from you. Okay, it started to be like a little more questionable than it has been, and it's difficult to say that anybody had it easy last year, but you were kind of consistently crushing it, Aries. You were like not least affected because everybody's situation is different, but you know what I mean? You like really held it together. But it's like the past couple months it seems to be slipping a little bit. And so I feel like the reason that's happening is because you were allotted this time in which you felt good and you were doing good in a traditional sense. But now things are sort of testing you to see what you're really about at this point and what it is that you are maybe even meant to do in a sense. But yes, money maybe suddenly is taking a turn for the worse. But it's a plot twist, okay? Here's your plot twist. 9 of Cups, happiness. Love to see it. I'm going to put that there. This is going to be your main focus. Right there, that 9 of Cups. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and then boom, 3. We're going to take them, but we're going to do this. Ooh, I guess we're going to take those too. And look at you, Aries. What's at the bottom? 2 of Cups, love. Okay, so congratulations if you've already found it. And keep going if you haven't. Princess of Wands. So I hold... Oh, I only have 2 here, so I guess I need another. It could be the Princess of Wands, but I feel like she just belongs at the top of the deck now, so I'm going to go one under. Thought I was... Oh, why did I grab... Aries, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? 6 of Wands, victory. Okay, so very, very good stuff. Very, very cool. Bottom of the deck was what now? Love, 2 of Cups, and top of the deck, Princess of Wands. They don't always do top of the deck, but it's, you saw. Where do I begin, Aries? I always wonder how long my videos will be because I used to make them very long. Sometimes they're very short. But it feels like you're going to set the tone. I am a little late. I apologize. I've been working on some other stuff / just being vacation vibes, enjoying the rest of my summer, etc. So, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I think this is going to be good though. So, I think it's partially going to be looking at what's been going on during Virgo season. We are approaching the end of Virgo season, so even though this is my Virgo season readings, it's sort of the this past month in review, but it's going to have a lot of insight on not just how to move forward, but the direction in which you move. Okay, so that's cool. We'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I make it all up as I go. Yeah, yeah. 9 of Cups, happiness. So no matter what's going on or how you're feeling, Aries, it's like you are ultimately winning no matter what, especially knowing victory is at the end of this line too. So it's just looking really good for you. 2 of Swords is peace. So not only are we working with the 2 there, and now we got the 2 here. I wonder if the other 2 is right there. There's another one right there. So 2, 2, 2. It's time to sort of withdraw your swords, okay? It's time to relax, rest, and quite frankly, give it up. Stop fighting it, stop struggling, stop stressing. It's time to just, it is what it is, and go about your business in calm, the last thing you should ever say to an Aries, in a calm manner, okay? We have a star, Aquarius, so it could be an Aquarius in your life. It could be one of your placements, but it can also be about, I almost said making a decision, but the Lovers is a decision, not the Star. The Star is when something is a surprise and more or less deciding on yourself, choosing yourself, putting yourself first. So surprise, but that's strange because there's going to be some type of decision that maybe catches you by surprise. All right. But at the same time, you are already in your bliss. You're already happy. You're already at peace with things. You are certainly caught off guard, but in the end, you know that you win. 6 of Wands, victory, right? So that's cool. Over here, we got the 7 of Discs, failure. And like I said, the past year, you've been doing hot in that department. You are like one of the only signs. You know, everyone else is kind of all over the place, up and down, or just like not about it right now. You are the only ones who just kind of maintain this, like, you're comfortable. And all of a sudden, maybe you're not. And that's why at the very beginning of this video, I said, like, it's going to be a little bit about it's kind of a spiritual awakening that you're going through. It's like you're so focused on the 3D because you were holding it down that when it starts to crumble, it's almost like you don't know what to do or how to react. And it's like, where's that same energy you put into this, into everything else, and recognizing that there are deeper meanings behind things at times. So it's interesting. It's funny, I didn't realize I forgot to put rings on until this was going in, but I almost feel like it's very light. I kind of like it. So we'll see. Yeah, a lot of face down cards, and that's again with the awakening. When the card is face down, it's what needs to come to surface. And so if we're seeing a lot of face down cards, there's a lot of stuff that you're either ignoring, that you don't know yet, or that's headed towards you in a way that might be not rude, but just not, you know, not inspired, but, you know, not you. It's you, but it's not you. So we have these face down descending. And underneath this last pile, which is the biggest pile of these 3, it is 8 of Discs, prudence. Okay, so this is all about staying true to the self. I don't have to sing, but LOL the Beatles. We'll get there. We're going to get to who you are. You will bloom, yes, but this may not be your harvest right now. This may be, you know, waiting a few more months or putting in a little more work or some kind of situation or getting to know someone better, etc. Like this, you got to be patient. It's simply not your turn. I don't know what that's about, but it's just not your turn. So I'm going to jump over here because I like to do a reveal with the face down cards. So once we hit this one, then we're going to go boom, boom, boom. These are deep. This is going deep. This is going real deep. Save this one for the end. I can tell this is going to be a bit of a long one. Sorry, Aries, but maybe you needed it. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords, truce, right? Coming to terms with things. And we have the 2 of Wands, dominion. All right, so the dominion can represent a relationship if it needs to, but because it's dominion, it's more focused on the domestication aspect of a union. And so it doesn't have to be a romantic situation to be a domestic situation. You know, we could be talking about roommates or family or anybody that you are in quarters with, right? So you've got to just kind of come to terms with whatever the situation is, because now is simply not the time, remember? And financially, it's a little tight, whatever. So you either have to, I don't know, I almost want to say deal with it or move on. We have the 8 of Cups here, indolence, all right? So it's funny. I always thought this word meant loneliness, and it's actually laziness. And for a second there, I couldn't remember the actual definition. So I think this is a little bit about you feeling lonely causing you to be lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like no one's there to be on your ass, and that could be part of the living situation, the domestic situation, is that you still feel alone even if you are with someone, and that in turn is making it's draining. It's like, oh my god, like I can't even do anything. Like what? Or it's your energy. Go either way, but still. Hey. 3 of Cups, abundance. It's like you're focused on the wrong thing. You're not realizing that you do have the energy, you do have the motivation, you do have the inspiration to do these things. It's just maybe even being in isolation has put you in a place that is less productive than you need to be. So it's going to be about reinventing your own energy, 10-10 on the time. And realizing that you've got all the keys and you're just not opening doors for some reason. It's basically like, I think that's the best metaphor to describe what's on this table right now, is like, technically you're not doing great, but it's your own fault because everything is great about you and your life, around you, whatever the situation is. Everything's great, and it's flowing, and it will come to you easily if you just do something. You don't even have to do much. It's just like you can't sit in this, right? And then we have the 5 of Cups, which this is interesting. We have the 3 and the 8, and then what do we get? 5. So when you take this proposed laziness and you get out of it your own manifestation, right? Your own fountain of youth, you end up with a 5. And you can either have that cup filled up, which in this case, 5 of these, is disappointment. It's becoming stagnant again. Or, alternatively, have them empty. And we are without. We are not disappointed, but appointed. Perhaps a promotion at the end of this tunnel. It could be that you put the effort into something and you see results in other places, kind of energy. Sometimes, you know, the universe is funny. But right now, it's almost like you gotta go down a road. Are you adding or subtracting? I don't even really know what this means, but I'm just fucking vibing. Okay, so 3 of Wands, virtue. This is about staying true to who you are, right? Add 3. Kind of kidding, but also adjustment. We'd love to see this. So it's not only seeing this here and being like getting used to yourself. I bring this up a lot where you might want to manifest something, you might be putting in the work, and you wonder, like, why isn't this happening for me? And it could be that you are simply not ready, and that you have to really, truly open up a lot more than just your mouth and your words and your work to embracing blessings and abundance, right? It's like you have to actually visualize it and understand how life is going to change with it and how you can change with it. And until you embrace that aspect, you're going to get blindsided and you won't even see the things coming to you as blessings because you won't be ready for it. It's going to be, oh my God, now I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, that's what I asked for, but like I was unprepared because I personally was still thinking with a mindset of what I had before, that kind of thing. So it's about getting used to who you are because you got a lot coming and you're a very happy person and no one would guess that, quite frankly, especially when you get in these bouts of laziness. But this is also, the adjustment card is also Libra, and Libra season is starting in like a couple days. So I did a live last night on Instagram, and I even said then that it's stuff that's happening is happening in these next few days. It's happening pretty quickly. It's like you don't get the results, but you make the decision. The decision making is a big thing. I don't know. I'm not even trying to like whatever, but check out the live I did last night. It's posted on my page, Alien Millie. Link should be down there, whatever. But the things that are going on or that you are deciding on right now are going to be finalized in the next few days, even if it takes a while for you to see results. So if we're talking like, okay, here's Libra season's coming up, you gotta be who you are and who you're meant to be, we might be talking Aquarius season. Like in a few months is when you start to be like, okay, I'm at peace. Oh my gosh, look at my life now. I have won. I'm happy. It might not happen for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, but either way, 7 of Cups, debauch. So it's almost like it's one or the other. It's very extremist energy. It's very, you know, I would hate to use bipolar out of context, but the same sort of polarity. It's like you're supposed to have duality. Every person has duality, but you have polarity. And those are two completely different things because duality, the two sides work together to coexist and co-create as one. It's the way that your mind can have an angel and a devil on your shoulder. That's real duality, having both sides but at the same time. Polarity is like only having the devil, and then, oh, I'm sick of him, I'm going to put the angel here instead. And, oh, I'm sick of him, and back and forth, instead of simultaneously. Okay? So you're going from the Eight of Cups, you're doing all this work, you're like really investing in yourself, deciding who you are, and then all of a sudden you're doing too much. Then you're doing too much. Seven of Cups, excess, right? Yikes. What's the solution, Aries? Interesting. So it could be that there's Capricorn, and you know, they just come and fucking your ass, right? In a good way. Nobody's coming to save you. But I'm saying, it could be that, like, if you are in a situation with a Capricorn, they might be the cause for this sort of polarity. If you are not in a situation with a Capricorn, there might be one coming in to assist in the situation where you're feeling like a little out of control. But it's still the devil. And so this is really going to come back to maybe you're just a dick. No, I'm just kidding. But it could really be about your own sort of issues, like addiction, or just, like, again, not having that kind of control, and especially not having self-control. Could just be possessiveness, but either way, it's like if you are into any substance or coping that costs you either your health or your wealth, it doesn't matter. It's time to realize that it's actually affecting your life way more than you think it is. Like, if you're hearing this reading, you're like, yeah, I know why, I know I'm like that, but I don't know why I'm like that. It's like, you kind of do know why you're like that. You kind of do. And there's probably a third-party substance, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably like, no matter what you're doing, if it's like, oh, I'm so financially unstable right now, I don't understand why. I'm whatever, I'm so good, I don't even go anywhere, I don't do anything, I don't spend money. But then you go out and you go balls to the walls and you spend $500 in a day. It's like, oh, I might have like a shopping problem, right? Cigarettes. Oh, I'm chilling, I'm fine. All of a sudden, I'm so mad. And it's like, are you having a nick fit? You know what I mean? So it could be, and it could be worse than that. I don't know. Those are just some examples. So it's just something to think about, because I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. But if you really want this awakening that's here for you, God, we're already almost 20 minutes in, getting your ass handed to you, Aries. Okay, so how do we get to the true self? How does Aries get to the true self? Aries. Fuck, man. Holy fuck. Double tens. Double fucking tens. 10 of Cups. 10 of Swords. Double fucking tens. It was face down on the table. You saw it. Rewind the tapes if you don't believe me. I didn't know. Okay. 10 of Cups. Say shitty. 10 of Swords. Ruin. You have to know. You have to know. No matter what happens around you, you know what's within you. Okay? You do have it all. You do have everything you want. You are totally satisfied. That happiness multiplied. Okay? That's crazy. You already got the 9 of Cups and now you got the 10 of Cups. I mean, it's up and up and up and up and up. It doesn't get high. We're gonna get higher. But it doesn't. I mean, this is top, right? Not so much. I mean, it'd be way cooler if your double tens was like the 10 of Discs, because that would be wealth, but it's also, maybe it's better than the 10 of Wands, which is oppression. And I say that because the 10 of Swords is things around you falling apart. It's not you falling apart. It's not your own destruction. It's the destruction of the structure itself, which really you can be removed from. Easily, gladly even. You're solid. 10 out of 10. This really has not very much to do with you. So honestly, blessing. Yes, it may mean change. Yes, it may be a situation that you were not prepared for. Yes, it may affect your life, but it does not affect you. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. That's good. All right, what else does Aries need to know to continue on their spiritual journey and their awakening to the true self? craziest reading. Holy shit, bro. This is crazy. You have the Emperor and the Universal Hexagram. God damn, Aries looking good out here, okay? So, whoa. Slow down, okay? So, what did I just say? What did the whole thing say? Okay? Whatever it is that you are addicted to, you've got to stop so that all of this shit can come through, okay? Anyways, universal hexagram, if you don't already know, is the divine feminine, the divine masculine coming together in divine union. Recalling that we had the Two of Cups at the bottom of this deck, I would say that's pretty fucking legit. There is some real true love around you. If you're in a relationship, they are going to stick by your side through all of this type deal. If you are not in a relationship, then you are sure to meet them when you start taking these actions. But more than anything else, especially because I just said awakening to the true self, right next to this universal hexagram is none other than you, Aries. It's the Emperor. Aries is the... My lighting is so strange tonight, but Aries is the Emperor. Okay, so... I think I'm playing, but this is like the craziest fucking dopest reading. Oh my god. Amazing. And so it's really about coming together with yourself, I guess is what I was getting at. And being your true self and loving both sides of you and finding your inner duality instead of your outward polarity. For real. It's like those two things. I was saying, like, you can be both, but you're supposed to be both at the same time, not one or the other. And this is a sign that you will get there. You just have to go through whatever it is that's happening around you and stay strong through it. Because, goddamn, the results are in, and you, victory. Okay? Let's keep going. The Fool in reverse. Wow, this is the only card in reverse. Journeys do come to an end, and that's fair. But this is almost like, okay, so when you think about that, the very, very beginning, before I really drew any cards, right, it was the Fool was in the upright, it was in the bottom of the deck, and now we're seeing it towards the end in reverse. This is just a journey, and every journey is eternal, but it's like a side quest right now. And I think that it feels like it's going to be forever, but this is a transitional period, and I know that we hear that a lot. But nothing is permanent, and I almost said, my thought was everything is temporary, but what I actually wanted to say was temperance. Okay, that'd be the Sagittarius card, and that would be, love it. You're gonna go for a ride, but it's gonna slow down again. It will slow down again. It won't feel as intense. Gemini energy, the Lovers. Okay, so again, coming back to that decision, more air, and it could be a romantic relationship. That's like the third or fourth. That's like the fourth indication of a romantic sort of situation. So at the end of this journey, when you go through the self, the destruction and the creation of the true self, finding your balance, once that's done, then bam, they come in for real this time. Okay, not just somebody helping you along the way, but somebody who's really there for you, I think. I don't usually, these aren't really love readings, but I'm just like letting you know. And Swords, cruelty. Then it comes back to you. This is sort of devil energy. I would say it's like less intense than the devil, but it's like you went from the 10 of Swords, which is a little bit better than the 9 of Swords, but you're not really making a whole lot of progress, but this is all about within. This is like what's happening on the inside. This is like self-inflicted torture. This is your own wounds that you gave yourself, okay, and then like not treating them either. So it kind of sucks that we were riding this high, but this could also, I hate to say that I just said it was all going to be perfect and work out, but you might be having these feelings for someone or have this connection with someone, and it may come to an end for some reason or another. And should it end, are you going to revert back to what you worked so hard to give up, is the question. Is it that situation, you didn't actually heal from, and you didn't actually make the progress? You knew what you had to do, but you didn't do it. You didn't accept it, blah, blah, blah. How do you react? I guess this is a test, in a sense. Paged man. Stay dedicated, stay loyal, stay true to you. You know, you never want to give up too much to the self to where you've become a martyr, but at the same time, stick to it. Stick to the plan, stick to the script. You know, don't let anything come between you and happiness, okay? Something's going to come fuck up your 9 of Cups, it's going to be you with the 9 of Swords. Just saying. But stick to it. Stay grounded. You know, reject that devil. The Hierophant, Taurus, right there at the end. So the Hierophant's all about tradition. It's all about being grounded, being stable, moving forward confidently because you know where you come from, essentially. And yes, he likes to plan and he's very particular, very precise, but at the same time, I mean, still got to roll the dice, right? Anyway, I mean, that's pretty good. I got this little guy here. And then, again, 8 of Disc Prudence, double Earth energy. It's who you are. But, you know, stick to it. Stick to your routine. Stick to your plan. Stick to your efforts. Stick to your sobriety. Stick to your budget. Stick to it. Stick to it. Stick to it. It's really time. Or you're going to miss out on a lot more than just $1. Okay? So... stick to it or die. That's intense. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Reel it back a bit. But for real, you got the Death card at the very end. It's like, what? It's either you do it or you done. This could also be Scorpio season. It's coming up. It can be just an ending in general. It could be the end of this relationship that came up in the reading. Oh, I don't know where this even came from just now. Queen of Cups. Could be a mother figure that's passed on. Either way, do or die, alright? So we're getting into fucking overdrive at this point, Aries. I mean, everybody's sick of your ass complaining when you ain't even got shit to complain about. That's the thing, everything goes so smoothly, and yet you find a reason to pick a fight, and blah, blah, blah. Alright. Cardinals. Anyways. Work your magic. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, this was a bit of a long one, but, you know, like, share, subscribe, shit. Good. Thanks again.